Hey everybody, it's Kelly at Don't Run with Scissors. It's Sunday, Sunday night even. I am totally off my time game. I did but this is my Floss Tube channel. Let me just start. Hi, I'm Kelly. This is my Floss Tube channel with Don't Run with Scissors. I believe this is episode 8. It's where we talk about crazy life that I lead. All the things I'm crafting, which is a lot. All the things I'm buying, which seems to be a lot. All the things I'm working on, which is a lot. Kind of getting a theme there. Yeah. So life is crazy. We did Bear Lake this weekend. I'm feeding my dogs treats. They're the cutest little things. They're kept up on the refrigerator, and as of yet, we still have not painted the wall. And then to add to the frustration, my curtain rod little thing, I was doing something, and the little hooky doodad that the curtain rod goes on came out of the wall. So now my top balance is out. I'm falling apart, y'all. You can excuse my crazy hairdo. Again, yesterday was Bear Lake. So here's the deal with Bear Lake. Bear Lake is an ultra marathon. It's run 24 hours. It's a trail run. It is not the easiest of trail runs. So you come down out of the little first aid or aid station, and you go down this hill. And when you get to the bottom of the hill, you make a sharp 90-degree turn, and you go straight up a hill. Yeah. So one of the problems is with my vision. I have the balance issues. We have a lot of balance issues. But with the vision issue, one, my depth perception isn't always accurate. And then, we have the focalized seizures that can happen. So I will go gray in an eye, sometimes in both eyes. Not usually in both eyes. Usually it's the right eye that I go gray in. And so it gets a little crazy out there on this course. And the irony is that Bear Lake is a camp set up for visually impaired or blind children and teenagers. But it's a little bit of a hard course. And it's a hard course when it's dry. When it's wet, like it was yesterday, because it had rained the night before, it's kind of, it would have been unsafe. So you add in the fact that on Friday I got a cortisone injection into my shoulder, which is not helping. And my shunt is still not, shunt and head with the storms and everything is still not playing really well. We got there. We were intent on running it. We were going to run it. We were going to just do what we could do. Emily and I kind of looked at each other, and given everything that we knew, and how we were both kind of feeling, and then add in the whole COVID and this social distancing and all of that, we elected to, I talked to Robert's mom, actually, who runs the race. They're an adorable family. Honestly, best family. They're so sweet. They go a million miles farther beyond what I would expect a normal race director to do for us. To the point where Robert makes sure I have gluten-free snacks there, that I have the proper proteins, anything that I could possibly want or need, he makes sure is on standby for me. The first year, I was having a lot of GI issues, and his dad actually went out and bought me a chicken sandwich without the bun, because I knew that chicken is usually pretty safe food for me. And they had hamburgers but didn't have like a chicken, so he went and got that for me. That is the type of family that this group is, and there's 13 of us that have raced all 3 years. So we got there, we went through all of that, we checked in, and we elected not to start there. So I took a DNS. It is my first DNS ever. in racing in 7 or so years of racing. It's my first did not start. However, I came home and put in 33.66 miles here at the house. Between the treadmill and everything else, it was much safer. The treadmill is even. I can count on the footing. If I need to stretch my legs, I can get off the treadmill, take a break, go to the bathroom, grab a snack, whatever. At one point, I actually got off the treadmill and bike for a little bit, just to kind of help my body. So we did it. Whatever. We got 33.66 miles. So honestly, I know we did it virtually. It's in some ways it doesn't count. But whatever, I'm going to go buy a 50K sticker for my car, for George, my Jeep, because I feel like I earned it. So now it's Sunday, and I'm still recovering. I've stayed in my pajamas most of the day. I did shower, and then I made the kids pancakes for breakfast, and I've done a little bit of stuff here and there, but really it's just been kind of, it's raining again. It's just kind of, so, you know. So, that said, tonight I am enjoying Screaming Pumpkin Ale from Griffin Claw. It is a 5% alcohol by volume ale. It is pumpkin and yams and spices. It's a fairly mild beer. You get a hint of the spices, like the pumpkin pie spices. It's not really strong. This was my first time trying this one. I would drink it again, but I'm not going to go, like I have a couple beers that I will go farther away to go and pick up. Sweet Baby Java is one of my favorites, and I have to go to Toledo to get it. I wouldn't drive to Toledo for this. However, I'd drive to the Meijer where I got it, and I'd pick it up. So, we have that. Because it's Sunday night, and I can. Okay. Best new thing. My best new thing is brought to you by Barilla Pasta. However, it's the gluten-free. It's actually the spaghetti noodles, honestly, I can't tell the difference really. They cook a little faster than the regular noodles. So you have to be careful because otherwise they become this weird gummy, clumpy mess. But if you throw spaghetti sauce on this, you're never going to know that they're gluten-free. My kids have now eaten it. They've eaten it several times. It doesn't faze them. At least they're not opening their mouths to say anything about it. How's that? They're 19, almost 20. The rule in my house is I make one meal. If you don't like it, you can cook something else. There's hot dogs. There's peanut butter and jelly. There's even sun butter and jelly because I can't have peanut butter, but the kids can. You can make yourself Chef Boyardee. I don't really care. I'm only making one meal. My name is not Short Order Cook Kelly. So, I make the gluten-free ones because they don't bother my tummy. And yes, I do realize that there is some gluten in the beer, so I have to really be careful about that kind. Usually I've switched to just drinking hard ciders because they don't have gluten in them. So anyways, that's my next. They're good. Check them out. And I missed the garbage can, but whatever. Excuse me. Okay. So I got a couple things done. Okay, so I need to talk to you guys. Okay, so at first I thought I joined the No New Whips in 2021. You get one freebie to start, and all of your projects have to have at least 200 stitches in them mid-December. So I went on this frantic, oh my gosh, I gotta stitch 200 things into every single thing I own, so that on the off chance I have enough to keep working on through 2021. And and at first I thought it was a really good idea. But now I'm being I started Lindy Stitch's Onward Noble Steed pattern. You'll see it in the lineup. And I was like, okay, if I really just spend a good day, like on a Saturday or a Sunday where I stitch all day, or can stitch all day, or even a couple nights, I probably could just knock it out and be done with it. And instead I put in like 200 or so stitches, and I set it down and I moved to the next thing. And I'm like, okay. And then I started another thing. I was like, okay, really, a good week, including a weekend, and I'd probably have what I'm going to do out of this pattern done. But instead I put in the stitches, the 200 and some stitches, and I set it down. So now I have all of these things, plus it's an initial investment all right now of buying all of the Aida or whatever cloth I'm using, all of the DMCs and everything else. And then I'm like, okay, so what happens if something I absolutely fall in love with after I've already used my one freebie that I absolutely fall in love with and want to stitch either for myself or a present for somebody comes along? Well, then all of a sudden I don't qualify anymore if I start that object for the No New Starts in 2021. And I have a stitchy pen pal, and each month we send each other little things. And I'm like, they're usually, they're not even 20, I don't know, like the group assigns a theme each month. Now, most of them, if it's a holiday, you can kind of tell and it's not a big deal. I could plan ahead and get those done now, between now and December, and then just send them each month. That seems rather ludicrous, because what happens if I screw up the theme? Not that my friend is going to matter. Her and I have become friends. She doesn't care. She's like, whatever you want to stitch. If it's fun, like and ironically, our birthdays are the same. So I have to get a little package out to her for her birthday because, yeah. Or whatever. Like, friend gets married, friend has a baby. Like, I don't want to not have those options and that flexibility. I appreciate the thought of, not just starting a bunch of stuff to start stuff, but to start stuff with intention and purpose, and to really focus on finishing some of the other stuff. But the other thing about that is I have some big ass projects like that aren't going to just get done in a month. Like, I'm talking about Mirabilias, and I want to do, the series, and Van Gogh Jeep is a big piece. Pandemic is a big piece. Pandemic is 20 pages, and I'm finishing up page 2, and I haven't finished up all of the blue in the background that I'm doing, because that's totally above and beyond. I have the periodic table for my daughter. I have the map. These are big pieces, but at the same time, like, mentally for me, I need to be able to switch and sometimes just do a little fun project that I turn into a pillow and I put in my fake dough bowl. And that would take that away from me. So I actually think, after giving it a lot of thought, and really thinking about it, I'm going to stay in the group because I think it's a great group, and I'm seeing like such inspiration, and it will still help me stay focused on getting stuff done. But I don't think I'm going to buy into the pot. I don't think there's a need for me to do that. I think I would rather, it's $5, but still $5 is a couple DMCs, and maybe that's another pattern I finish up because I've got the DMC. So I think I don't know how other people are feeling about this. I don't know. I'm still kind of new to the bigger stitching community. I've always kind of stitched on my own. I forgot. I stopped petting Lizzie for a second here and rubbing her butt. So, spoiled dog. So I think that's how I'm going to handle that. Because even today I was trying to fill the dough. I was working on the dough bowl little things, and I got another pumpkin knitted. I don't have any batting right now, like the stuffing, so it's not FFO'd. But I went into my sewing stuff and I found a panel that I had cut apart because they were different. Stop, Lizzie. That's enough. They were different squares, so I got the I attached my jumbo rip rack, threw on some scrap black flannel, and this actually sits in my dough bowl, and it is so super cute. But this had been in my stash, my quilting stash. We won't discuss how long. Let's just say it's pre-COVID by far. It was probably pre-Barack Obama as president. That's how old it's been in my stash. However, it sits really cute there in my dough bowl. So there's still some room, and like I said, I have The second pumpkin knitted. See, it's knitted, but I didn't close it because I can't stuff it until I get the batting. Lizzie, stop. It's enough. You are not, there's nothing to, you would think that they have been left alone for months the way they are acting. It is insane. So while I was working on the dough bowl situation, I went online, and this was what kind of led to that conversation internally with myself, a lot of it. I went to Lizzie Kate's blog, and I scrolled down, and they had this cute little freebie pattern. I didn't even bother to print it off. It's so little. It took me a couple hours, and it was done. I just grabbed some DMC leftovers that I had and threw it together. Stop, Lizzie. Bella, can you see? I think she might need water. So I just threw it together. I'm going to turn it into like a little pillow and pop that into the dough bowl. And then today, I pulled out my green that I had dyed myself and baked in the oven. So it's kind of like scrunchy. I don't know. It's Halloweenish. And I started on a black crow that is another free pattern. I wouldn't be able to do that if I really stuck hard to the 2020 no new things next year. I did back up the applique. I backed it. I ran out of the stuffing. I don't remember what the other pillow was that I was working on, or the other finish, but I finished whatever it was. So then Emily had come over yesterday as we continued on the stash of things. Emily had come over yesterday to go to the race with me, and she is loaning me improper cross stitch and really cross stitch. And they're really kind of fun books. There's a lot of things in here that I could see stitching up. So that's kind of cool. And I gave her Ruth Bader Ginsburg needle minder, and she was so excited. She got her first needle minder. So that was very cool. The other really cool thing that happened this last week is I have a friend, Lynn, who lives in Ireland, and she sent a care package, so the kids got to try all kinds of, well, they haven't tried the prawn cocktail chips yet, but they've tried several other Irish treats, which has been kind of fun. But I love the little, are they the Santero Georges girls, I think is how you pronounce it. And she sent me a few things. And the first is this super, super cute little trinket box. Oh my gosh, is that not the cutest thing? I collect Matryoshkas, as I've said. So the fact that they combine the two just makes me so happy. And it's like this cute little box. And this moves around. So I can put like little, I don't know what I'm going to put in it yet. I'll find something. Maybe I'll put all like my little special needle minders in there. I don't know. So she sent that. But wait, she sent a whole lot of stuff. She really spoiled me, which is kind of funny. And I appreciate it. She sent me these adorable napkins. So I think I'm going to decoupage these onto things. I'm not going to use them as actual napkins because they'll make cute little products. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'm going to do something. And then she sent me 2 beautiful tea towels. They are super cute. And seriously, like I almost want to just frame them and not use them as tea towels, but just like pop them into frames. If Bean was little, I'd pop them into frames and pop them into and put them on her wall. But I think at 49, I'm a little old for these. But I actually have this little girl. That's one of the patterns for cross stitching that I've got. And I was looking through my quilt stuff. I have a panel that I bought several years ago with that same little girl on it. So I think that's kind of funny. I dropped something. I'm not really strange. Well, okay, maybe I am. Oh, and that was the other thing. The box and the little tea towels came wrapped with this super cute Swiss dot ribbon. So I'm going to save the ribbon. Now I sort of feel like Pete's dragon with his rings, ribbons and things and bits and bobs. I think that's what they're called. There she is. Okay. So then the other thing that Lynn sent me is fabric. How cute are they? So what this also inspired me is because I have the two patterns of the little girls. Bean's hair is probably more closer to this color, the browns. So I think, but the patterns are charted for the black hair. I think I'm gonna switch them out. I think that's gonna be perfect. But she sent me a meter, so that'll make me a couple. It will make me probably 2 decent sized project bags, which is fine because I have 2 of these patterns, 2 of the girls as patterns. But the last thing is probably the coolest and certainly the most meaningful to me. Lynn is really, really good at polymer clay. That is not a talent I have. I wish it was. It's not. But she made me this. She made her. Her legs don't glow, but they're white. She's not the cutest thing. So when she got here, I popped a magnet. So now she is a needle minder. Is she not the cutest little minder ever? Hello? She's so cute. So her hair is actually blue. Lynn made her have blue hair, which is just cute. So it matches her little dress. But she is just super, super sweet. And I'm secretly hoping that Lynn will make me like about 1 million more. Because she whipped her up in no time. Like it was nothing. And it's just mind-boggling. So yeah, I just think that is, even if Lynn charged me for them, I think I'd pay. Because they're, actually I know I would. They're super cute. Okay. So, before we do what I've actually put thousands, 200 stitches each in, we'll do some haul because things came in the mail. I started thinking it wouldn't be so bad if I started working on some Easter stuff for my dough bowl. And given, you'll see some of my odd Santas patterns that I bought, but then I found this for Easter, and I kind of had to have it. Can you see it? He's a chicken pulling a bunny in a wagon. With Easter eggs. And it's to the Easter party, and it is by Thistles. I found it on Etsy. It made me laugh. So I had to have them. And then the hands-on designs, the flamingo ornaments, they came in. So I can make Bean her favorite tropical bird ornaments. But it also goes very much with my theme of seashells, not snowflakes. Okay, so then this is why you'll laugh. This will make the chicken make more sense with my weird sense of humor. On Etsy, pretty sure they were on Etsy. I shop a lot on Etsy. Like Etsy should give me like a punch card or something, frequent flyer miles. By the Bay needle art had 2 patterns that I fell in love with. Okay. Look at him. Seahorses pulling Santa Claus. And Santa Claus riding a big old trout. Enough said. That, what are you going to do? Seriously, that's just flipping phenomenal. The other thing that I tracked down in all of this craziness was the Lizzie kit, and these are out of print. I think they're out of print. They're very hard to find in a group, but I tracked them down at the oddly at the needle store I don't really like, or don't prefer. I should say don't prefer. And it was another odd trip there. Whatever, But they were the only place that had the whole set. And then there's another free one. If you go onto Lizzie Kate's blog, there is an 8th one, and it will show you how to frame them. So they're called 3 small words, and it's be kind to always, forgive and move on. Whoop, there we go. You've got this. Today, choose joy. Never give up. Dreaming is free. And then embrace the journey. And they just really resonated with me. But what makes it funny, because those are great too. And I forget what the 8th one on the blog says, but it goes with that same thing. So the local needle shop had put together their little border instructions, which is, the directions are on the blog, and the blog is actually a better directions, but where is the line in here? It says, choose whatever fabric, color, and count you prefer. Just make sure the thread colors show up and are pleasing on your fabric. Y'all, really? Did that need to be said? Make sure they're pleasing on the fabric. So I want to know, what would unpleasing flosses be? What? I don't understand. That just cracks me up. Make sure they're pleasing on the fabric. Oh, okay. Yeah. Whatever. Make sure they're pleasing, because I took the time to write the paper, apparently, from the store. Okay. So then, while I was also out, oh no, this one came in the mail. It's Spooky Spruce by Carolyn Manning. I just thought it was cute. Actually, honestly, the little ghosties here kind of made me laugh. And then the pumpkins. That's what caused me to buy it. Sometimes that's all it takes. I'm really rather easy to please. I also got, by My Big Toe, cross stitch designs. 4 out of 5 voices in my head say eat the chocolate, but it also gives you the directions in there for eat the cookie, eat the cupcake, eat the snack. But these are Jabco buttons. The 4 little blobs in there. I did not buy the Jabco buttons while I was at the store because I wasn't sure which version I was going to create, and I want my buttons to be appropriately themed. And I kind of wasn't feeling like giving them my money. I go to the local needle store that I really like and buy the Jabco buttons. I'm like that. I'm weird. I don't know. Whatever. Who knows what I'll do. I also bought, I thought this was really pretty for St. Patrick's Day. Lizzie is really wanting attention. It's the Shamrock Row. But it's really pretty. It's not so, it's still ABCs, but it's not like the little whimsical cutesy ABCs to me. So we grabbed that. And then when I was going through my desk, honestly, I was on a call, on a Zoom meeting with Stitch Life magazine and a couple of ladies, and we were talking one day this week, and I reached down into my desk to look for something in the bottom drawer, which I don't usually go into that drawer. It's usually okay, to be honest and fair, it's usually where I keep little note cards that to send to people. So if I need to write a quick little thank you note or whatever, I have cute ones. But I keep desk snack food in the drawer. It's my snack drawer. Not that I need to have a drawer in my desk, because yeah, the whole office belongs to me. I mean, I could put snacks wherever, and I have snacks in my little refrigerator and everything, but for some reason That's what it started off as. But down in there, I was looking for something. I pulled out my Brooks Books Wizard of Oz characters. I initially was stitching them for my ex-business partner. I've set Dorothy down somewhere. I think she's in my one cabinet here. I had stitched Dorothy and the Cowardly Lion, and I think one other one's for her before she left the firm. I did not stitch her all of them, but I have another friend who's actually been a big help, and she loves Wizard of the Oz. Wizard of Oz. So I'm gonna make them for her, and that will probably make me a happier human being. So that was it for haul. Okay. So I did. I don't remember if I showed this last week or not. I ended up sewing the strips all together. Fall on the one side, Christmas on the other. Sandwiched them together, sewed it all the way around the edge except for an opening about this big. Flipped it and then just top stitched around the edge. And now I have a table top for the dough bowl. So, okay. So I've been making project bags. What I have come to realize is that I think on the next set of project bags, I'm going to put Velcro at the top instead of the zipper. Has anybody tried that? Am I the only one? Am I thinking right? If that's a bad idea, if somebody's tried it, and let me know, especially if it's a bad idea. So, okay, so let's see what's in here. Oh, this is my Zimmerman coverlet. It's really pretty. It's coming along. I haven't found the right groove because it is a variation, a floss with variegation. So if I go like 3 or 4 stitches and then do the X's back, I get the variegation is a little bit more prominent. In here, I sort of did more and then double backed, and to me it looks muddy. Like the colors look muddy, rather than so clean and crisp. So I think I'm gonna have to. It's gonna take me a little bit longer than I initially planned because I'm gonna have to do like little section, like almost single stitches at a time. But it is really pretty, and that is stitched on 18 count sand, and it goes in my little whale bag. I don't know why I picked that bag for it. It just seemed to fit. So yeah. Okay. So then let's see. So then we have, so I think that was close to 200 stitches. It's close enough that I would count it. Then I pulled out the Addams Family stitch along. Because I was like, I want to be able to work on this with Emily, so I have to get at least 200 stitches in, and it was freaking me out. This is the 14 count Ada that I dyed myself. And I started to put in, I think that's part of the roof line. I'm not at 200 stitches yet on this one. But I think I was tired and I went to sleep that night. So, yeah. But it goes in my glow-in-the-dark skeleton bag. They're jazzy. They're hip-hopping. Okay. So in the shark bag, he cracks me up. It's Shark Week MFers. I got my 200 stitches in. Oh, that's the back. Be helpful if I put the front on. This is, I believe, an 18 count Ada. I did the frame, and down here I'm starting the waves around, and I put the Ursula needle minder on that. Very clearly, I have twice as much fabric as I need on this one, but I have not cut it down yet because. Okay, so then we have the princess bag. What is this? Oh, this is my Onward Noble Steed, and you'll see, like, that's 200 stitches. That's the whole crocodile's tail and his foot. It didn't take me long. It's a great pattern. But really, if I just sat down one weekend, rather than having it in a bag and worrying all about it, I could probably knock the thing out. Um, and that's why I'm like, this is, yeah. Anyways, okay. So in our woodland wildlife bag, I love that fabric. It's so pretty, and it's got cute little squirrels on it. And yeah. Okay, is the Tree of Magic. Now, what I did do on the Tree of Magic, I swapped out the cloth. I want to learn to be comfortable on the linen, but right now I'm not. So I switched it out for an 18 count Aida, and I did the bottom black line, and I started up the tree trunk. That is more than 200 stitches, so I could carry this into next year as it is. Or I could just continue working on it and get it done. Now, chances are, because it is the end of October, I'm not going to finish it this year. It would be one that would carry into next year anyways. But I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep going. See, that's just, I've got like a million things now started, and now I'm not, like, I feel like I'm not really making much progress. I'm just sort of all over the place. Let's see, what is this? Okay, this is my what the F Venn diagram. I'm going to be okay, so I have it like this. I don't think I counted, and I double counted that my Aida was bigger than what the pattern needs, but I'm stitching and I'm getting very nervous that I didn't do it right and that it's not big enough because, oh wait, yeah, that's the one circle. That's like the center circle, I think. But that's the bottom circle, but there's two more circles. I don't know. I'm worried. And so honestly, what I'd rather do than worrying about starting a bunch of more projects, I'd like to sit down and really work on this and make sure that my fabric is big enough before I get too far into this project and I'm like, great, now what am I supposed to do? There is some sort of weird concession in the group about if you have to do a restart. But offhand, I don't remember what it is. Okay. So, oh, that was the other thing. I love my Yoda bag. And I put Pandemic in Yoda. I put the zipper in Yoda backwards. So now I've got to fix it. That's another reason I'm thinking Velcro might be a lot easier to handle. You can't put it in wrong. Okay, so I worked today on Pandemic. I've worked a couple other nights on Pandemic. I am almost done with the normal stitching. Is that the way to put it? The tan colored stitching on page 2. Almost. And I put in more blue. I love this piece. I have no idea. It will cost me a small fortune to have this professionally framed. And given everything, I just don't know that that's going to happen. I have 2 kids in college. So I don't know how I'm going to finish this, But I mean, I have 18 more pages to worry about first before I'm coming to finish it. My plan is to do page 3, 4, and 5 across, so I know sort of where the end cutoff is. And then I'm just going to come back down here and do all the way down, the one page all the way down, so that I can kind of trim up my fabric. This is a lot of fabric. I know I have too much. I wanted to make sure that I had more than what I needed on my piece. Nothing stresses me out more on a project than thinking that I don't have enough fabric that I can finish it. So like the Venn diagram honestly is a source of huge stress in my world right now, because I keep thinking, what happens if I don't have enough? So there's one other project that I think I worked on. I don't think I worked on anything else. I was too busy writing wills for people. If you don't have a will, please please go see your local estate planning attorney and have that done. If you're in Michigan, call me. So I do have 200 stitches in this one. So here's the funny thing. This is Mother Vulva. I think she's really kind of cool and kind of pretty. I dropped something. That's 200 stitches, believe it or not. It is on a 14 count Aida. I am using the DMCs that it called for. So I'm excited. Like, I want to get her done. She's snarky. It just cracks me up. It's just one of those things. Whatever. Maybe I didn't drop anything. Okay. So I wrote the person who designed and charted this and sold it on Etsy. It's an inexpensive pattern. It's less than $3. Honestly, it's just one of those funny stitches. And I've showed it to a couple friends, and they're all like, oh my God, I want one. So I may have to make more than one vulva. So I wrote the designer of the pattern, and I asked if he was going to design like a pastor penis or brother penis to go with my mother vulva. Or father penis. Father phallic. I don't know. It cracked me up. He has not answered me back. I'm really hoping he does, because I really feel like I need that in my life. So, that said, I have several patterns on order from Italy. I have not gotten my fabric from Rita Renee on Facebook. I know it's on the way. She's been super great about that. So I can't start my Mirabilia series. I also, if you guys have not seen it, check it out. Somebody did a conversion on Raven Queen from Mirabilia so that it looks like Maleficent. So I need to stitch her. So what I have done is I have been talking and getting to know Bobby from Pumpkin Creek Primitives. She's got a floss tube. She is hysterical. She is super sweet. She has a shop on Etsy. She has managed to track down actually a couple of patterns off my want list. And so she's going to order me Raven Queen. I'm really excited because she's just, I need Maleficent. I need her. I need a bigger office just for the wall space. Bobby also found me a Santa on a snail to go with my Santa on the seahorse, or with the seahorses and Santa on the fish. Makes me very excited. Again, she's super sweet. Please patronize her and her shop. If she doesn't have something, just shoot her a message. She will totally see if she can do it for you. And watch her floss tube. She's hysterical. Other than that, let's see. This week we have several wills to write still and get executed for my clients. More biking, more running. I don't know what they want to do physical therapy for my shoulder and see how it goes. So that's going to get scheduled soon. I need to start my daughter. I need to work on the map, and I need to start the periodic table. I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm not going to worry so much anymore about getting in the 200 stitches. If I can kit up stuff, I will. Just because it's kind of nice if I'm tired of working on something and want something new. I'll have everything in its little pocket or in its little bag. But I think I'm going to kind of bow out of the formality of the no new starts in 2021. What is everybody else doing? Otherwise, I'm just going to chill out and stitch. Keep doing what I'm doing. I have to fill the dough bowl. And I have to get trick-or-treater treats. Trick-or-treater treats that, one, are safe for me to have in the house. So no peanuts and stuff. But are also the kind that I won't eat. So I'm half thinking that maybe I will get the kind with the peanuts because I'm not going to eat something with peanuts in it. Like, I'm not going to eat a payday. I don't like them. So maybe that's what I get out. But then what happens if the little kid comes to my door? Can't have peanut stuff. That's not fair. So I've got to have, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to be the toothbrush house because that means I'm going to get egged in next year. And I don't want that. So, I don't know. This next week is my birthday. So I'm going to start. I really want to start the Mermaid of Salem Bay. She is just gorgeous. But it's stitching on linen. And I just think that until I'm more comfortable stitching on linen, I don't want to start her. My hope, my absolutely hope, before my birthday on Thursday, the 23rd, is that maybe my fabric, my Ada comes in so I can start my Lady of Justice. Oh, I also have not figured out how to insert a picture. I can't figure it out. So I need somebody who can do like the dummy's guide to inserting pictures in videos to help me. One day I'll learn. It's not going to be today. So I'd love to promise you that I show you some of the color conversions that I've seen. In fact, just a little bit ago, somebody did a lilac purple version of Lady of the Flag, and she is breathtaking as well. Yeah. I don't know. So for my birthday, for a Sal, if you want to stitch with me on my birthday on the 23rd, just pick something that is fun and makes your heart happy. And we'll do the Heart Happy Sal for my birthday. Hashtag Heart Happy. And we'll go over there. Oh, the other thing is, before I forget, sorry, I almost forgot. So Elizabeth Ann makes. Elizabeth Ann can stitch. I'll pop the video link down below. She gave me a shout out. She used my idea on her little I Vote sticker that she stitched from Ink Circles. They have a free pattern. It says like the little I voted stickers. She backed hers and then popped a magnet on it so she could wear it, but then she can also use it as a needle minder. So I need to stitch one of those as well. And I think I'm going to make one for my kids because we're all going to do basically absentee votes. And it's their first big election, and I just think that's kind of cool. So please get out and vote. Go do something epic and have fun. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.